Lesson 7 today. We're going to talk about how self-pressure and criticism feeds into our pain. So we've been talking a lot about fear as the fuel for pain, but I wanted to share with you these two sneaky culprits as well that keep your brain in that danger and that danger signals activated. The pressure you put on yourself, even when you're healing or on the healing journey, and that critical voice in your head. And if you are just like other amazing women that I know of, you're probably thinking, but I have to push myself. If I don't, nothing will get done. And I hear you. And what I wanted to show you is why this approach might actually be working against you. So picture this, it's Monday morning, your pain is flaring, but you have a presentation at work, lunches to pack, laundry piling up, and a parent-teacher conference after school. And that voice in the head starts saying, you have to get through this day. You can't let anyone down. Push through the pain. Everyone is counting on you. Does this sound familiar? This is the voice of pressure. And while it feels motivating, it actually is sending danger signals to your brain. So when I talk about pressure, I'm not talking about the healthy motivation or setting goals. I'm talking about the rash, demanding voice that says, you have to be the perfect mom. You have to keep everybody happy. You have to push through the pain. You have to figure this out. Or it could sound as you should be able to handle this. You should be grateful for, for what you have. You should be stronger by now. You should not be complaining. Or it can sound like you can't let people see the struggle. You can't say no to anyone. You can't take time for yourself. You can't let your family down. All these thoughts carry an invisible threat, or else something terrible will happen. So I'll never forget the day I decided I was going to beat my pain through sheer willpower. I had read all the techniques, mindfulness, emotional awareness, positive self-talk. I was going to do all of them perfectly. I'm so good at like pushing through achieving my goals. So I set my alarm early, meditated for 30 minutes, even though I was exhausted and I would prefer to sleep. I journal about my emotions, even though I wanted a coffee at that time. I did gentle stretches, even though my back was screaming, and I practiced breathing exercises. I gave myself positive affirmations all day long. I was the perfect, pain patient. And by the evening, my pain was worse than when it started. And I remember lying down in bed thinking, I did everything right. I followed the protocol. Why isn't this working? Then something clicked. I had been pressuring myself all day with thoughts like, you have to do this meditation and you should be feeling better by now. The moment I finally said, forget it, I give up, this is so hard, my pain dropped by half, like within minutes. And so here's what happens when we pressure ourselves. Your brain hears you have to and interprets this as there's a threat if you don't succeed. This activates the same danger signal that the fear does. So when you tell yourself, I have to get through this day without showing pain, your brain thinks, oh no, showing pain is dangerous. I better stay on the high alert to make sure that doesn't happen. It's like trying to relax while someone is yelling at you to hurry up. Your nervous system can feel safe when it's being threatened, even if the threats are coming from your own mind. So now let's talk about that other voice, the one that sounds like you're so weak for not being able to handle it. Other people had it worse. Stop being dramatic. You burden to your family. You're failing at everything. Your body is broken and useless. This critical voice isn't mean, just mean. It's dangerous to your nervous system. So sorry, it's not just mean. that's really what's fueling to that danger and amplifying the danger response. When we constantly criticize ourselves, our brain reads that as an attack. So you're essentially telling your brain that you're under threat from yourself. And let's talk about, on top of all of this, the guilt, the mom guilt. For those of us that are moms, this pressure and criticism often centers around our kids. And we have these pressure thoughts, and that could sound like I have to be present for my kids despite pain. I have to make their childhood perfect. I can't let them see me struggle. Or they could sound like critical thoughts. I'm ruining my kids by not being the mom they deserve. They'll remember me as the mom who was always in pain. I'm just focusing on my own problems. So these thoughts create a constant state of emotional danger, which keeps, our nervous system activated and keeps our pain pathways firing. So I want to offer you a gentle alternative. What if instead of pressuring and criticizing yourself, you speak to yourself like you would do to your best friend who is struggling, or your own child, a little child, if you have one? So instead of saying you have to push through this pain, try saying you're doing the best you can with what you have today. And instead of saying you're so weak for having this pain, try saying you're incredibly strong for managing this much pain. Instead of saying you should be better by now, try healing takes time and you worth the patience. This is something that I actually help my clients. If you need help, please put in your comments. I'm happy to help you with the reframing and we can work through that. So your practice for this lesson is to start noticing the tone you use with yourself. Catch that pressure voice if that applies to you. Listen to have to, shoulds, must, can. Notice when you're demanding perfection from yourself. Pay attention to the underlying thread in your self-talk. Spot that critical voice. Notice when you call yourself names or put yourself down. Catch comparisons to other people. Observe when you dismiss your own struggles. Practice gentle redirection. When you catch pressure or criticism, pause and ask, how would I talk to my best friend if she was going through this? So, key takeaways that I know always have helped me and helped so many is just remembering that the pressure activates danger signal. Your brain cannot feel safe when it's threatened with or else. Self-criticism is interpreted as an attack. Your nervous system responds to the internal criticism like external threat. The perfectionist backfires. Trying to do everything right under pressure often makes pain worse. Gentle self-talk promotes safety. Speaking kindly to yourself helps your nervous system relax. You can change the tone. You have the control over how you speak to yourself. And I want you to remember that the way you talk to yourself matters more than you may realize. Every harsh word, every impossible demand, every criticism sends signals to danger to your nervous system. But every kind word, every moment of self-compassion, every gentle redirection tells your brain you're safe, you're loved, you're enough. Your healing doesn't require perfection, it requires kindness. So, gentle reminder, changing how you talk to yourself takes practice. Don't add pressure to be perfect at being gentle with yourself. Notice the irony in that and smile. You're learning something beautiful here, my dear friends. So, see you in the next lesson. It's lesson 8, I believe, if I haven't lost track. As always, looking forward to your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you need any help with anything, and see you in the lesson 8.